Hello everyone, good morning. We are the next day from the long list being announced for the Women's Prize for Nonfiction, so we're the 13th of February. And yeah, I'm still sick, that's why I still sound like that, obviously. Although I can breathe a little bit. We take it for granted, but yeah. But yeah, I thought I would start a little bit of a vlog. Yeah, I'm not very good with them, but I will try. I will try because I want to kind of share as I read stuff and as I decide which books are, good for me or not. I'm on my PhD day today, so I've been doing some research. I've been writing. I just wrote 400 words, so taking a tiny break. I also just cleaned up a bit. You won't get like a makeup or anything today, but I look way less terrible than I did like literally maybe even 15 minutes ago. Because oh god, yeah, yeah, little life. But I have this morning also spent some time reading the first chapters of a few of the books because I thought that would be a good way to maybe start. So I'm going to share some thoughts on that. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. Need to drink a little bit, keep hydrated. Even if you're not sick, reminder to keep hydrated. So let's sit down a little bit. So I rummaged through the internet. Not quite. But I went through the list. There's a couple that I'm not interested in. So, after going through everything. So, The Eagle and the Heart from Helen Castor is one that I'm really not keen on. And I think it's maybe the subject. Like, histories I find difficult, especially if I'm not interested in. This is about two kings. Literally, I'm not here for it. But, yeah, in yesterday's plot along, Gemma and Charlie talked about some of the previous book that this author wrote, and I'm way more interested in like She-Wolves and or even her Elizabeth the first book and stuff like that. I would take any of those. So I'll definitely look into this, but anyway, for now I'm not keen on this one, and I'm definitely not on Wild Thing, A Life of Paul Gauguin by Sue Prideaux. Yeah, again, not super keen on Paul Gauguin generally, but also I've heard again during the plot along some weird things about him. So yeah, maybe not, maybe not. All right, so the postie came, so I had to come downstairs. So we're in the kitchen now. But I will continue my little chat. So the next book, sort of at the bottom of the list, like slowly climbing up, is a Tracker by Alexis Wright. I was quite interested in this one, but then I learned it's like super long. Not here for that right now. Not in the right headspace. Also, just can't find it on anywhere. Library, apps, just anything. Yeah, so I feel like it's one that if I ever find in audio, I might try, but I haven't seen it. And yeah, I would love to hear maybe more what you think. Just let me know. Otherwise, a lot of the other books I'm interested in. Two of them I have not been able to find. So the first one is Agent Zoe by Clara Mully. I'm sort of midway interested in this one, so we'll just sort of leave it there for now. And it's sort of the same thing with A Thousand Threads by Nene Cherry. Yeah, again, if I find it, I think it's on Zigzag, but do I want to buy it? I'm not that committed yet. Otherwise, I have access right now to 5 books, so that's quite good. The first one is Raising Hair, as I mentioned. I have that one from my, it's not Libby app, BoarBox app from my library. I have 10 days left with it, so I need to get on with it. So I haven't read the first chapter on that one yet, but we'll come back with that. I did listen to the first chapter of By the Fire We Carry by Rebecca Nagel. This is on BookBeat, so the audiobook. So I listened to the first chapter this morning. It was already super harrowing, so okay. But really interesting. Like I feel like I'm already like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that this was a situation. So yeah, I feel like it's quite a short audiobook. It's only like 8 hours. So I think it's gonna punch and pack a lot in. So I'm quite interested as of now, even though it's been like a heavy morning listening to that. Next, I have also on BookBeat, there's the ebook for Why Fish Don't Exist by Lulu Miller. Okay, so first paragraph of that one, hit me straight in the feels. I was like, ooh, it's about chaos and how basically it takes over our lives and we have no choice. Like, this is just how life is. And I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful and so true and so scary and all of those things. But then it quickly goes to and talks about the life of a guy. I forgot the name already. David, just like a guy name, whatever. And the first chapter basically talks about his childhood. And I'm just like reading it, like it's written well, like I'm like going along with it, but I'm also like, why do I care? This is giving me a little bit um Thunderclap vibes, as in I did not care about Fabricius, and I'm like, why am I reading about this person? So yeah, it also gave me a bit of the vibes of the book from a couple years ago about the obviously it was for the Bailey Gifford, I want to say. I forget the name. If I think about it, I'll put the cover here. Um, but yeah, so at the moment I'm a bit like, why do I care about this? I don't know. And I don't know if I want to keep going. I'll keep going a little bit. I'll see sort of what I might do. But yeah, again, I feel like it might not be catching me. I also did just purchase the audiobook of Private Revolutions. It was on Zigzag I think it's on Listen for Less, so it was just $3.99. And I have not yet listened to the first chapter, but I will then come back to you. And I also have access to What the Wild Sea Can Be by Helen Scales, and this is on BookBeat as well. I have not, this is the ebook. I have not yet read it, but I will come back as well with more thoughts on that. The other six are actually books that I put holds on at the library. I think 3 I might get this weekend because no one's waiting for them, so I think it's just a matter of the library getting them at my local one nearby, and I'm gonna go and get them. And the other 3 I'm not sure I'm gonna get before the shortlist is announced, or even before the Women's Prize for Fiction list is announced, and that will take precedent over the nonfiction list. So we'll see what happens to the other 3, but I will try to fit the first chapter thoughts of the first 3 books. So that's Autocracy Inc., The Story of a Heart, and Embers of the Hands. I was actually not that keen on that one, but a lot of people have said that it's been quite good up to now as they've been reading. So I ended up requesting it in my library, and I will read the first chapter and see how I fare. Just back from the library, and I got 4 books. Excited. So I got The Story of a Heart, Autocracy Inc., Embers of the Hands, which I sort of requested a bit last minute. And I actually left the library, and then they called me and said, oh, we actually had a 4-1 for you. And they said, it sounded so amazing. So I went back in and got this one. So yeah, I'm quite pleased I got 4. So I have lots to read. Yay. Good morning. I woke up early today before my alarm, basically. And so I decided to read a little bit of Embers of the Hands. Hidden Histories of the Viking Age. And well, I read just the prologue because I didn't have time to read chapter 1. I need to get up soon. And I'm enjoying how it's written. I think it's well written. I really enjoyed the beginning of it as well, like when she talks about how we view history as canal locks, and really it's more like an untamed, fast-flowing river. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. Like, I think the style is something I'm going to enjoy. However, I just don't know that the topic is of interest to me. And to be fair to that, I had it originally on my not interested list, but I saw some good comments about it in other people's videos, and especially in the plot along reaction to the Longlist, like when people were talking about it. So that's why I got it from the library. But I just don't know if it's for me. I will give chapter 1 a chance as well. But otherwise, I will read the other first chapters of the other books that I got from the library and see what sort of sticks and what's of interest, what I have time to read as well. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll come back to you on that. Hello again. I'm just here having, my wee lunch break, just having soup. Delicious. And I started to read the start of
my finger, sorry. The Story of a Heart by Rachel Clark. Oh my god. This book is devastating me already. I've tried not to cry many times because it's just so moving. Like, it's the story of a heart. I feel like my heart's being ripped out. I just feel, yeah, a lot about this book, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I will definitely be keeping going with this. So I was like, I'll just read the prologue, and I read chapter 1 and I read chapter 2. I have to go back to work soon, so I can't keep reading, but oh my god. It is so good, definitely. Of all the ones I've started, this is the one that's really grabbed me the most up to now. Look what I've just received in the mail. Yay, these are the Pillow Along bookmarks. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm always running out of bookmarks too, because I don't know where I put them. But yeah, I have 4 new ones, perfect for all the books I'm currently reading. Yay! Hello, I'm back. I spent the day painting. We're continuing our renovations, obviously. And also, you'll notice I'm wearing my old glasses. If you're observant, you'll notice. And I'm probably dotted with paint a little bit. But anyway, we spent the day painting, which means my husband was in a different room because we were trying to cover a lot of ground. But anyway, I had my little earbud and I listened to the entirety of By the Fire We Carry by Rebecca Nagel. It was so good. I'm really glad that I had, when I do like DIY, I feel like I can really focus on my audiobooks. So yeah, I thought it was really, really good. So timely in a way, even though like most of the book's been written in the last 15, like it covers like a ground from early 2000 until I want to say 2020 or 2021. I still feel like where the world is going, like I'm quite worried for the rights of a lot of people, including Indigenous people, obviously, in the US. I think it is a book that you'll need to read if you're North American, because like I feel like we know how, no, we don't know how bad. We know that it was bad, and it's much worse than we thought. Yeah, much worse. So it's yeah, it's so important and moving, really, and frustrating, and just so angry at it. But it's really well written, it's well researched, it's just well, I don't know, discussed, you know. So I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the audiobook as well. At first I was like really struggling to understand, but like if you're able to focus, then I think it's a really good one. I also listened to the first chapter of Private Revolutions, and that was really good as well. I am finding it very, like, I feel like the voice is almost like a friend. It feels like really conversational and really relatable, and like I feel like I've known this author before, even though I haven't. And yeah, again, another one that's gonna be really powerful, I think, but I'll see when I get more into it. Good morning, another early little update. Mostly because last night, I read the first 2 chapters of The Peep Show, and well, my husband was sleeping next to me, so obviously I didn't want to do an update at that point, but I'm up early again. So yeah, I read the first 2 chapters, and I'm not a fan of true crime. I don't understand why people are obsessed with actual real, like, horrific things that have happened, and also, I guess, make money off of it and all of that. I enjoyed Hallie Rubenhol's The Five, and that was I thought really good, especially when it's like historic stuff, and sometimes it tells you a little bit about like at the time, you know, in the era and how people lived. This one, to now, I don't know what to think about it, but it's well written, it's engaging, and I'm a bit like, so what happened? So yeah, I feel like I will continue this one as well, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But it's, yeah, I read the prologue, which sort of sets up the fact that this guy was approaching women, and then like obviously there was in the newspaper that bodies from women had been found in his walls, and then at the moment, chapter 1 and 2 are sort of mostly following the journalists who so became really interested in this story, and I would get a little bit about his life, and now they found the guy, and yeah, so I'm a little bit like confused by it, like a bit like, why is this? I think it was a big thing at the time, but like I don't know why this journalist is important, or why I don't know, like a whole book about it. Like I'm intrigued by that. You know what I mean? Because it's like how this became like a big thing. So yeah, I might keep going. Alright, final update of this video. I haven't managed to read the first chapter of Autocracy Inc. Not gonna lie, I've just not been feeling up to reading it. Um, yeah, I might give the first chapter. I think it's really short. Some people said they read it in basically one sitting. But I don't know, with everything that's happening in the world, I'm just like, I think it's gonna be timely, but also I'm just like, I'm not in the mood, you know? Anyway, I realized though that I never gave an update on Raising Hair, which was like the first one that I started ages ago. So I have the ebook from the library, and I'm about 60-70% through. It's very cute. I'm really enjoying kind of learning about hairs along with the author, and you know, as she's sort of raising the hair, and yeah, it's really, really nice. I feel like at a global, more important level, I'm not sure where it's going, but at the moment it's like a cute story about this kind of connection with nature, and yeah, so I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, so that was it. I'm really excited to continue reading lots of books. I still haven't finished sort of a hard book because I keep at night. I'm like, I just don't think I can read it. It's just too gut wrenching, sort of. So yeah, I'm struggling a bit with that. Um, but I've been also continuing with Peep Show and stuff. I do feel like I'm gonna return this to the library. I'll see. Yeah, I'll see. In 1 week, they're announcing the Women's Prize for Fiction, and I'll probably dive into that when that list is out. So this might start taking, like, I really want to finish these two and Raising Hair and finish listening to the Private Revolutions. And then I have the ebooks for Why Fish Don't Exist and the one about oceans. Anyway, those two, I feel like I'm less inclined. Like, I'm finishing Raising Hair as an ebook, and then I'll see if I feel like that, but I don't think I'll be able to start or finish those books before the fiction list is announced. So I might take a sort of step back from that and see when the shortlist is announced what that might look like. And yeah, so I'll be back for more updates at some point and let you know. But yeah, in the meantime, let me know if you've been reading any of them, if you maybe read some of them before the long list was announced. Let me know what you think, and thank you so much for watching, and see you back. Bye.